Hello and welcome to a new video review, this time about the Swampfox Kentucky Long 3 to 18 by 50. The company Swampfox is located in Colorado in USA, and it is a very young company because it was founded in 2018. Till now they have 5 series of rifle scopes. 2 of them are wide angle rifle scopes and 3 series are tactical rifle scopes for longer range shooting. The company produces also red dot sights or also prism scopes, but also some additional accessories for optics and rifles or weapons, but also mounting solutions. Now the rifle scope I have in front of me comes from the middle price range of long range optics in their offer. It is a rifle scope with the magnification from 3 all the way to 18, and the scope has a 50mm objective lens. The outside diameter is 57.5 if you want to use the scope also for hunting and you want to mount a clip-on night vision or thermal device. The Kentucky Long series of rifle scopes was introduced in 2019, and all rifle scopes in this series are tactical rifle scopes with a reticle in the first focal plane. They feature a 6x zoom factor magnification, and currently there are 4 magnification rifle scopes in this series. All of them are designed for sports shooting, but you can use it also for hunting. The construction of this rifle scope is completely out of metal. There are no rubberized parts on the scope. The scope is completely shockproof, so you can use it on the strongest calibers, so 50 BMG included. It is nitrogen purged, so you will get no internal fogging even in very cold environment, and the scope is also waterproof. The size is 376 millimeters long, which is, I would say, a little bit on the longer side against the competition with the same magnification, and it has 850 grams. On their internet page, when you calculated it, it's 799, but the actual size is weight is 850 grams. The main tube is 30 millimeters, and the price of this rifle scope is approximately 680 euros. So it's a really affordable tactical rifle scope. The scope is made in China by a OEM producer, which also other companies make it like this. They order the scopes with their specification by another OEM partner. So the reticle in this rifle scope is positioned in the first focal plane. So when you change the magnification, the reticle gets bigger or smaller, but to the target it stays all the time the same, the markings. So with a reticle in the first focal plane, you can use it for calculating the distances, for bullet drop compensation, and so on. The rifle scope is available only in MOA, and with the scope in MOA also the turrets come in MOA, so it's a true MOA rifle scope. So if you see, let's say you have to make a correction of 2 MOA in the reticle, you can go with the reticle or with the turret, it's the same. The reticle type, it's a sharpshooter MOA is the name of the reticle, which is a Christmas tree style design. The reticle has also illumination with 11 intensity settings, as you can see here, and the intensity on the strongest intensity level, it's very bright, so you can easily see the illumination also on a bright sunny day. On one time it's very low illumination, but I think it's still too much for low light hunting. So if you have a white target, let's say, it's not a problem, but if you want to aim on a more darker target, I think the illumination will be still too strong, so you will not able to see the target. Now the battery compartment is in here. You just have to unscrew this gap here, and for the illumination you need only one CR2032 battery, which is also included. On the same turret is also the Parallax Adjustment, which goes from 10 yards all the way to infinity and up to approximately 150 or 200 meters or yards. The parallax is really nicely adjustable. You really have a lot of space for fine-tuning of your adjustment, which is perfect. From 200 yards upwards there is really not a lot of space anymore, so if you shoot at longer distances you have to make really small adjustments for the parallax, which is not great, but it's still doable, I would say. The texture is very grippy, and the parallax turret is pretty stiff, so you need a little bit more force for your adjustment. Now for the construction of this riflescope. The eyepiece is a European style eyepiece, and as you can see here, it's really easy to adjust, and it has the right amount of stiffness for the adjustment, so it's not too loose. So if you make the adjustment, you cannot be you don't need to be afraid that you somehow make the adjustment when you take it out of the bag, or if you hit something with the scope. So really nicely made. Then the magnification ring, it's also very grippy, and it's not too sharp. I think for gloves it's also very easy to use with the gloves, so really nice texture here. The magnification goes from 3 times to 18 times of magnification in approximately 180 degree turn. So really nicely made. For the magnification ring you get also throw levers included. Actually there are 2 of them, a small one or a bigger one, which you would prefer on your scope. And this throw lever can be really easily mounted, so it's very nicely made. You just have to push it from the front side inside this notch here, and when you're in position you just have to screw inside, which are many included, so even if you lose one, you still have some on the reserve. And also from the other one, there are many inside. So when you screw in, you're already set, so you can really easily use this throw lever which is included, which is perfect, so you don't need to purchase any additional one. Now the main tube is 30 millimeters, and now the turrets. These are MOA turrets with quarter MOA clicks, and in one revolution you can make 15 MOA of travel. They are also lockable with a push and pull design like this. And the clicks feel very nice. They are really positive, not very tactile, but but very audible. So for a scope in this price range, I would say really nice turrets. Now the locking function is with a push and pull design, like you see here. But in my opinion, this locking function is too soft. You can really easily lock and unlock these turrets. It's not ideal in my opinion. What I also noticed, that the scope has no turn indicator. As you can see here, you can make multiple revolution and you will get no indication in which turn you are currently in, which is in my opinion not ideal, because you can very easily make an error of an entire revolution of this on the turret. The turret also has no zero stop function, so you have to count every rotation you make. So if you shoot at 800 or 1000 meters or yards, then you have to make multiple revolutions and you have to count them, because when you come back, you have to come back to your zero and not make an error of the entire revolution. So you have to be careful if you don't have a zero stop. Now the turret is also a multi-turn turret, so there are multiple revolutions available in this turret. 15 MOA of travel in one revolution, but the entire inner elevation range is 110 MOA, so really a lot. The rotation is counterclockwise, and the turret is very easy to set to zero. So when you're on the range, you make your adjustment, lock the turret back in, then you unscrew this middle part with a coin or with the included tool. Just have to make the adjustment, put the turret down and put it back on so that the zero is facing forwards. Then you push the turret back down, screw the screw back in, and you're already zeroed. So really easy and quickly to adjust. It's the same with the Windage Turret. Also this turret is very soft to open and close. Zeroing is completely the same. Clicks feel also very nice, and they are also very nicely audible. And what I forgot to mention is, when you make your clicks, you have to constantly pull the turret upwards a little bit. So you have to be careful that when you click, you don't push it back down, because then you already starting to engage the locking function. If you do this often, you could damage the turret internally, which is not great. The same with the Windage Turret. You have to make or you have to pull the turret small little bit away from the scope when you make your adjustments. The turret has 7.5 MOA on the turret for on both directions for the windage, but because this is also a multi-turn turret, you can go multiple revolutions in each direction. Again, I'm not a fan of this type of turret because you can make an error of an entire revolution. Let's say you're on the range, you make 7 MOA of windage and you put the rifle back. You don't know the next time if you have to go in this direction to the 0 or on the other side. So a stop function on the 7.5 MOA would be, in my opinion, a better solution. Okay, now for the optical performance, the magnification 3 to 18 by 50. Because of the 50mm lens, the image is pretty bright even at lower light conditions, so you can use the scope also for hunting. The zoom factor is 6 times. Field of view is at 3 times magnification, it's 11.2 meters at 100 meters. At 18 times magnification, it's 2 meters, which is a really nice field of view. The scope has no tunneling effect, and the eye relief of this scope is 79 up to 92 millimeters. What I noticed on the scope is that the eye relief is very forgiving, so you can go further or more away from the scope and you will still have a nice picture, so it's not very sensitive. Also, the eye box, it's, let's say, very average, but if you consider the price of 680 euros, it's a really a nice eye box as the eye relief. So for this price, really nice optics. Now for the quality of the optic, it's, again, for this price, it's very good. It has a bit chromatic aberration, but this is only or mostly noticeable only on a white target. All in all, for the price, the optical quality is really nice, in my opinion. Now, what do you get in the box with the scope? First of all, the tool for zeroing, a cleaning cloth, which is a quite big cleaning cloth, not a small one, which like you get with many other manufacturers. Then you get flip-up covers, which are made from hard plastic, but they feel actually pretty nice. A sunshade. Then the throw levers, which are 2, so a smaller and a bigger one, which you would prefer. The CR2032 battery for the illumination. 2 stickers. And manuals for now, first for support and manuals. First of all, about the scope, so everything you need to know about this rifle scope here with all the specifications, and the manual of your reticle. So all the reticle subtensions and everything you need to know about this reticle, it's inside. Okay, now for a short summary. First of all, the positives for the price. So 680 euros. I think it's a great optic here in front of me. Then build quality, it's really nice. Optical quality, again, for the price, very good. Zeroing is also very easy, and the illumination is pretty well made. It is daytime bright, which you normally don't need, but at one time illumination, it's also usable also in lower light conditions. And lastly, that you get so much stuff with the reticle in the box. I really like that and would really like to see something like this also by other manufacturers. Now, where do I see room for improvement? First of all, on the turret, that you have no turn indicator. I think this is a must on a tactical rifle scope. Then zero stop function would be great because it's much easier to use and you don't have to count every time you make more revolutions of the turret. Parallax, I think, also needs a little bit of improvement because after 200 meters or yards, it's very delicate to adjust. And lastly, again, turrets, because the locking function is so soft. I think it should be a little bit harder to push it back up, and push it back down should be also more harder, because then you don't need to pull the turret a little bit away when you make your adjustments. Now, what are the main competitors of this rifle scope here? First, I think the Sightmark Citadel 3-18 by 50. It is much cheaper, approximately 100 euros, but I think the Swampfox is better in any way. Next one is Arcan Optics, the 4-16 by 50. It is a similar price. The Arcan has also much better turrets in my opinion, but it has no locking function and only 4 times zoom. It has also much less field of view and again magnification because of the smaller zoom factor. Next one is the Cyctron X TAC 3-16 by 42. It has a zero stop. It is available in Milradian and MOA, but it is also more expensive. It has less field of view and it has also less magnification. The next one is Meopta, Meo Pro Optica 6 3-18 by 50. It is approximately 50 to 100 euros more expensive, and you have options with or without illumination, or even the illumination with Dicrotech illumination, which is a very special kind of illumination. There are also mil and MWay versions, and the turrets are also lockable and have a zero stop, but again it is quite more expensive. And the last one is the Victor Optics Continental 3-18 by 50. I think the Victor Optics is better in any way, but it is almost 200 euros more expensive, which is quite a lot. All in all, I think the Swampfox is a really good rifle scope for the price, and as I said, I really like that they include so much accessories in the box, so you don't need to purchase any additional accessory when you purchase this rifle scope. Okay, this was a short video review of the Swampfox Kentucky Long 3-18 by 50. If you have any additional questions, click the link below, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.